What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another live stream. And make sure you guys can see and hear me. My headphones were not working like 5 seconds ago. There we go. What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we jump onto the charts on this beautiful Wednesday, September 17th, FOMC day, fixing to see if we don't get some volatility in these markets. Make sure you view us on the screen while I mess with my headphones. Trading's risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. While we're at it, right into the promo. Check the link in the chat. Check out what we got going on from Top 1 Futures. That deal is ending. Ignite automatic funded accounts is ending this week. Let's hop on these charts. Markets are open. 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Let's do our good mornings here. What's up, chat? What's happening? What is happening, chat? You guys are active right off the bat. Let's see. Why can't I read the top of my chat here? What's happening? Why can't I read the top of my chat? Well, we'll figure it out. If I miss you, my bad. Trader Julie K, RJ, or Raj, Dwayne, JB, Jess, Scott, good morning. Good morning. Andrew from Kick, good morning. What's up, Kick? What's up, YouTube? What's up, X? Welcome to the show, everybody. Happy to be here. Happy to have you here with me. Let's have a blessed day. Let's see if we can make some money, or at very least, follow our rules. If we got to lose money, let's do it the right way. We know that losing is part of trading. We all want to make money, right? But we're going to have to lose money some days. So let's go ahead and take a look at the daily chart. Here on the ES December contract. If you guys are living under a rock, we are now on the December contract, the Z contract. It's called different things across different platforms. I think my live account broker, it goes under ESZ 2025. They're calling it ESZ 25 here. It's called different things across different platforms, different brokers. But we are putting a little wick into the downside, forming a bullish candle here, chat. Chat. This is looking interesting. This is looking pretty interesting. Before we even get into too much analysis here, let's talk about it. We got FOMC coming up. Let me just go ahead and refresh this. We got FOMC coming up, FOMC day. The federal funds rate, the statement, the projections, that all comes out. That's the data, right? The numbers, what everybody's looking at. And then Jay Powell sending the market wild for the press conference at 2:30. So that's at 2 p.m. Eastern, right? It is 9:33 a.m. Eastern right here in New York time zone. We got to watch out for that. Now, traditionally ahead of these news events, right, and maybe what we've seen over this week, we see a lot of chop, a lot of consolidation, maybe some movements, right, maybe some positioning ahead of time. And then what do we usually see at 2 p.m. Eastern during that data release? A lot of volatility, right? Usually that's a high impact news event. The market moves fairly quickly. We traditionally see a lot of volatility right during that event, right after, during the press conference. A lot of times, I'm not the fundamental guy. I really don't like to talk too much on it. But I will say what I try to do, and I repeat this stuff, what I try to do is be aware of high impact news events. What are they? How does the market traditionally change as it comes to volatility, right? How does it typically act before? How does it typically act during? How does it typically act after, right? Not whether or not the market's going to go up or down based on what the forecast is and the previous and, all of these fundamental factors and drivers, and I'm going to get short or long based on that. I'm very technical, but I use this in the context of my technical trading, right? So for today, how am I going to use the 2 p.m. FOMC news event coming up? I'm going to be cautious trading into the afternoon because I'm expecting a lot of volatility. If I'm going to run positions into it, I'm going to accept my risk on the front end. I'm going to accept the increased risk of slippage that we're likely to see a fast move out of these markets at that time. Before then, I'm also going to be cautious that we could be in for some choppy consolidating price movements, right? after into Thursday, Friday, I'm going to be cautious that we could be in for larger trending movements once that is digested, and that, we start to move maybe in a direction if the market participants make up their mind and, which way we want to go. Does the market have to do any of that, right? Can we just trend today, not have a big impact on the news event, and then chop on Friday? Sure, absolutely. Market can do whatever it wants to do. But the same way that we recognize patterns within price action, market structure, volume, whatever tools you use, I try to be situationally and contextually aware of where we are in that news cycle, right? And I recognize patterns, right? In price action, market structure, volume, the tools that I use, order flow. So that's how I go about trading, right? That's how we attempt to create an edge for the most part. You find something that happens slightly more often than not, right? You look to exploit that. You find maybe it's just a way that gives you structure, the ability to structure risk. Having some context as to where we are in this, high impact news cycle, I think can be important. So let's take a look. Yeah, man, kind of interesting up here. Kind of interesting. We got a doji looking candle, kind of long wick to the upside, and now we got a little doji opening up to the upside here, above VWAP. We didn't go and push overnight high. It looks like that Asia London high, kind of consolidating up here, right? Very, very bullish overall, right? If you need the higher time frame view on what we're trading here, take a look at ES. Extremely bullish day over day, week over week, right? Sure, we have some serious pullbacks, but this is a very, very bullish market that we're in here. If we zoom out on the 15-minute, I'm missing a volume profile there. If we zoom out on the 15-minute, I've been marking these because I've run them on my trading view chart, and I try to be somewhat consistent here. That was in the wrong spot. It's supposed to be at after session changeover. Kind of a daily volume profile. Really only helps me super zoomed out on the 15-minute. So if I start to frame this, right, I think we could come down here, potentially shake out some longs ahead of, try to frame some trade ideas ahead of this FOMC, right? Because I'm going to trade it. I think you'll hear a lot of traders, just building off this because I think it's important. I think you'll hear a lot of different input from traders today. You'll hear traders that say anybody that trades today at all is a gambler. You'll hear traders not trade at all for the entire week, right? You'll hear the complete opposite. You'll say this is the best time of the day and week and month to trade. Load up your trading accounts. Get ready. Volatility means opportunity. We're ready to, make bank today. I don't think there's a wrong way to go about it, right? We know there's not one way to skin this cat. What I will say is whatever you do today, your risk should be structured. Where your stop loss is should be in place ahead of time, and you should fully accept that can get smashed and increased risk of slippage on a day like today. If you do that, there's no surprises, right? If you do that, you have to take a loss, no problem. You put your risk on, you accepted it on the front end, you made yourself available for, to make money, and you knew what the risk was on the front end. There's no tilt, there's no getting upset, there's no pissed off, right? You knew what you did, you accepted it on the front end. If you don't do that, you're in for a rude awakening on a day like today. Building a little bit further, I don't think there's any one right or wrong way to go about it, but just like anything in trading and in life, if you don't have experience on a day like today, you haven't been through half a dozen, 100 FOMC days before, during, and after, maybe you take risk off. Maybe you just chill out today, right? Maybe you throw a practice account on. You can get them for free from Top One Futures. You can get them for free for almost any prop firm account. If you want to just trade on TradingView, paper trading, maybe you go risk off by just trading a combine, right? Or an eval or a funded account that, you're not too worried about, right? You kind of take risk off. You're not copy trading a bunch of accounts. You're not, trading a big live account. Maybe you just cut risk in half, or you're only trading, a quarter of your normal risk. There's ways you can still be involved and be here without getting the itch to do something stupid if you acknowledge what's going on, right? And then make a game plan and then accept worst case scenarios, right? That's what you have to do, in my humble opinion, in order to stay objective and, follow your rules. So anyway, FOMC day. What might I be seeing for trade setups ahead of FOMC day here? Why is my overnight low in all the way down here is question number one. Is that my normal overnight low? Yeah. Yeah, we had a nice long wick to the downside. Yeah, I don't love that we already did this. If we were up here, I would love to see a sell-off down here. I think we chop. I don't think we do anything too crazy. If I had to say, what I'd be looking at, I think we stay within this area here. Maybe we get some selling pressure ahead of it. Like I said, shake out some longs. We return to this area of high volume, super zoomed out on the 15-minute, also an area of interest. I'm going to go over my approach today a little bit too, because I've had a couple people ask me just general questions. How do I trade? And maybe I'm not clear enough over and over again, but I'll do that today. I could see a potential short play if we wick up here. Again, I'm going to trade this somewhat from a anticipation of that chop, anticipation of that standard mean reversion type of trade. If I'm looking short, my area of interest is up here. I'm dead wrong if we go and run the highs and we're just pushing all-time highs into FOMC. We can do that, sure, no problem. I'd be looking for a pullback down to this area. If we come down here first, come all the way down here first, down around these 6650s, I'll be looking long. I'll be looking long for a move back up towards VWAP. Here in these accounts, I don't know if I would want to run anything into FOMC. I would prefer not to, specifically in these. Other accounts, sure, nice wide stops, wide targets, make yourself available for some nice gains, accepting the risk on the front end. But that's essentially what I'm looking at. Area of interest for me is going to be up here just above this overnight high level. Looking at the 75s, we started to pull up there already and are coming back down through VWAP. I'd be looking short up there. Let's say somewhere around the 75s to 80s, 66, 75, 66, 80s. I'm going to be looking long. Pretty simple here. I'm going to have to see what happens when we get down here. This would be a much wider zone, right? We've got quite a bit of price action and market structure. We could really pull an aggressive move to the downside here before this FOMC. I don't really think that we do. I'd be looking long around the 50s. But plus or minus 10 points down there. I'd have to see what happens if we start to come down. I don't want to just be catching a falling knife, right? Yesterday, if you guys were on the live stream, right, got long in here, ended up holding the damn thing all day for a close around a third of the way, a little less than a third of the way to my stop loss. It was an L yesterday. So started the week off, no trade with you guys here on Monday. Small L relative to the risk that was put on yesterday. Let's see what we could do today. Let's take a look and see what we can do today. Let's run the 1 minute and 15 minute side by side. Just take a look, see if we start to get some movement here. And if not, I want to do just a little bit of a higher time frame review, kind of show you guys just overall how I approach the markets. I think you should be able to find that out just watching me here day in and day out. I really only like to discuss and show and talk about results from what I do here on the live sessions. But I'm also going to just give you the baseline of what I do primarily in the futures market outside of these live sessions, and then yap about results from those, right? It's the same approach. It's really the same ideology that I take to trading ES here. It's just done earlier in the morning using limit orders and even wider stops and targets, just allowing the market to play out. It's closer to what I would say is like a swing trading, day trading approach. But I'll show you what that looks like on. I've been messing with YM more now again, so I'll show you what it looks like on YM. Back down to VWAP here so far. Let's see. Oh no, what happened to my bookmap? Bookmap disconnected. Bookmap. That's not good. Now I got to restart it. That's the wrong contract. Bookmap. That's probably on my end. I'm not going to complain. Yes, Z5. Sorry, guys. I'm getting my bookmap loaded back up. We'll have ourselves a live session here. See if we can't get some trading. Yeah, I think we come down, man. I don't really want this continuation, but I think there is a setup. If we start to come down through VWAP, I think we sell off a little bit. Take a little scalp down around yesterday's low, overnight low. I think we take a trip down there. It's just a little bit early for me. It's right at 9:45 a.m. Eastern. Try to be a little cautious here, not get involved too quick. Yeah, I said long above, long below, short above this range, trading from the extremes. But now that I got bookmap loaded back up and we're starting to come through VWAP here after testing these highs, I kind of like this for from the middle of the range to the potential extreme for more of a continuation play to the downside. It's a little bit early. We could absolutely just, wick right back up here. But I might try this bad boy. I might have to try this bad boy. Let's see what happens down around here. We got a pretty negative CVD, something else that's supporting this. Trade to the downside, one of the other volume tools that I use from bookmap. Cumulative volume delta, we've been dropping off since 9:30 a.m. It's going to be a little bit skewed for me today since I had to restart it, but that would be supporting a continuation of the downside. That's how I use CVD. Yes, this is okay. We're past the first 15 minutes. I'm liking this for a potential short, guys. I don't know that I would want to not give myself another trade today. Let's see. Let's see.
Order filled.
I'm getting short up here, guys. I'm getting short. I'll talk about this. A little further. I'm not waiting for another retest of this area up here. We got a nice negative CVD. I think we could wick up here, but the way we came down off of this open, found some buyers and are starting to stall up here. I like this for a move back to the downside. I like this area down below near this overnight low, or at very least cracking down below some of these session lows from pre-market here. I like this to the downside. I don't know. I definitely won't have a trade. I'll give you a little bit more sauce on this one. I won't have a trade if we blast off up here, right? I won't have a trade after a test of VWAP and then a big push to the upside. I'm not going to have a long or a short. I won't have a trade if we start to sell off from up here down through these lows. I just will not have a good way to structure risk. A long from down here is still fine, but that would be past the point where I'd be looking to jump in short. So I'm going to try this bad boy short, see if we don't find some sellers up here. Heavy negative CVD still holding. Not a huge pop up even as we started to climb, which has given me a little bit more indication, and a continuation of sell orders starting to jump in here. So interesting. We'll see. That's gonna be my play coming into the morning. I don't know that I need a stop loss that wide on this one, but I've been sticking to my guns with the wide stop loss, and a review of something like yesterday is why I like to run them, right? I was able to survive a lot of heat. I'm going to just bring it down a little bit because I want to keep the consistency in check here. These accounts, unfortunately, do have an ESS score on them. So I got to keep it somewhat in line. But I'm short from 66.70 and 3/4. 1 ES. Going to see if we can't get a run down around to at least the prior day low, overnight low. I'd like to tighten up on this stop loss so I could generate a little bit higher risk to reward, but I'm going to leave it pretty wide for now. I think we could get a wick up to near the 80s and then a really harsh rejection, so I'd want to stay wide outside of that. But that's going to be my play off the open here. Short play. We'll come back to you guys in chat in just a minute here. Let's see. What's up, chat? How are we doing, guys? And yes, we have giveaways rolling on these streams. We didn't even talk about it this morning. Hopped right into taking a look at trades. We have some giveaways rolling here every dang day. Morning. Let's see. Morning, Rich Boy Trades. What's up? Wolf, good morning. Good morning to all. Cook Smith, what's up? 3,700 buy. I don't know what that means. YM just blasted to the north. Did it? That's YM living in its own world. Good afternoon, Bags. What's up? Zach, good morning. YM up about 200 points. Is it really? Oh, man. YM. I'm going to be getting cooked on some YM positions. Yeah, YM took off like an absolute rocket. Huge push. NQ pretty flat so far on the session. Percent day change is almost flat. ES up 0.1%. Dow up over 0.5%. Yeah, like an immediate rocket to the upside. Looks like 250 points, 200 or so points. NQ did the opposite. NQ dipped really aggressively and then started to come back up. And ES has kind of been in the middle, stuck in the middle, Wolf. So that fits your how these markets traditionally move, right? One going one way, one going the other way, the other one's stuck in the middle. All right, let's come back and see what you guys have going on. Let's see what you guys have going on. Afternoon, good morning. You were talking, what's up, guys? What's up? Muhammad, what's going on? Divine, what's going on? Made 300 on the NQ drop on the eval. Didn't touch my Ignite account yet. Not planning to trade that today. Scared of FOMC days. Yeah, FOMC days are all over the place, man. You know, again, whatever you do, structure your risk, right? Like, I fully accept that we could be in for some crazy volatility today, right? Structure your risk, accept that you can get a stop loss ran very quickly, that you could be a victim of slippage, positive or negative, right? A victim or a beneficiary. You know, we get a lot of volatility on these days, and sometimes price, pulls some pretty wild moves ahead of time, right? We get positioning of different market participants. It can get dicey, so be cautious. Like right now, there we go, 955. Aggressive on some volume here. That was looking very wiggly. Let's see. That's my very technical term, wiggly. I don't want to accept the risk on volatile days like FOMC, so no trades for me. Yeah. Yep. Just here for the drinks and ducks. There we go. Scott, what's up? What's up, guys? Rhombus, what's up? Happy Wednesday. Everyone take a second to like the video. Appreciate what you do, Zach. I appreciate you guys. Smash the like button. You don't have to do anything. Free means free, but go ahead and do whatever you want. Yassine Adams, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to have you on. Money Reaper, what's going on? Stuck in the middle. Yeah, great song. Great song. Yeah, we got some divergence, which is kind of normal for what I expect out of these markets. NQ and ES, I tend to be much more correlated. They tend to trend together, move more tightly together. Dow seems to live in its own world. Reading Discord. What's up, Ash, JB, Brian, Royal Jet, AJ, FX, Cali Trader. What's up, guys? What's going on? Volume pretty low today. Maybe low until FOMC. Waiting to see if we're going to get any kind of move. This gentleman, we got JB looking for a move below 66.74. Nice. Free fall till 66.55. Okay, you guys are looking short on this one. We'll see. I'm short, so we'll see if it plays out in my favor. Morning, Brian. What's up? Cali Trader and everybody else. Got some good contributions, man. Great contributions going in the free Discord. If you're not in, I'll throw the link in chat. 100% free trading Discord. Not a VIP, not a feeder program, no course, nothing. Free 99 here all day, every day. You guys can ask questions. Watch my trades play out in real time. Watch how I approach the markets, for better or for worse. That's why I do what I do here. But yeah, let's talk about this trade. Right? Let's talk about this bad boy, right? Framed a couple ideas, right? 75s to the 80s. Was looking short. Below that into the 50s, looking long, right? I got in here a little bit aggressively after we saw some heavy selling pressure, a little bit of a pop at VWAP, and I was hoping we saw a potential turn right here. Had to take some heat so far. We'll see if I have to take some more, but I'd really like to see this continue down through VWAP and then potentially back down towards these prior day low levels, if not all the way down around these 50s, right? Jumped in a little bit aggressively here, right? I apply some discretion on my entries based on what I saw, which really helped me out on this one. And a tool that I use, even just to clarify this even further, what's on my chart for the most part? It's price action and market structure, and volume. That's it. All the tools that I have on my chart are volume tools. I don't even really consider these to be indicators. I guess the one that would be the most clear indicator would be VWAP volume weighted, because it's giving you a volume weighted average price. The volume profile is just a horizontal display of volume. It's just giving you volume based on time, right? Volume down on the bottom, like I don't know if you consider volume an indicator. I wouldn't consider price an indicator, but I use price action and market structure, right? Which is kind of the same thing, but maybe talked about in a little bit two different ways. Volume tools, VWAP, volume profiles, volume down on the bottom, and then a little bit of order flow. But honestly, I use a lot of volume tools and volume readouts from Bookmap, and I'm not really creating a super strong narrative and trade idea based on order flow itself. I am paying attention to where resting orders are in the market, right? Live liquidity up above and down below price. But a lot of what I focus on is things like CVD, which is cumulative volume delta. It's just a volume tool, right? So that's kind of the overview. And then how I look to execute my trades, I would classify them either into two groups. Either a mean reversion reversal style, which would be from the extreme of a trading range, of an extension to the high, and I'm looking short, an extension down below, and I'm looking long, back towards the middle ground, VWAP, area of high volume, I really try to do that in favor of the trend, or a continuation, right? Meaning a wick above and a continuation down below where we've already had some test of a level, a key area of interest, and now I'm jumping in on a continuation, in the direction that price is moving right now. But even simpler than that to try to classify, this is just basic zone-to-zone trading, right? I'm using price action, market structure, and volume to identify areas of interest, levels, zones, support and resistance, supply and demand, order block, whatever you want to call a spot on the chart, a price level that we're watching, right? An area. And I'm looking for it to move from that area to another area, right? Based on the same thing, the same tools. These levels, these zones don't give me any real predictive power. They give me a clear way to structure risk, right? I'm using the same tools, price action, market structure, volume, to give me a little bit, maybe ever so slightly, an indication of what's about to happen next. But even that provides very minimal predictive power. I believe you can have an edge structuring your risk at key levels, just outright structuring your risk and entering at key levels with a, maybe a positive risk reward and a stop loss in a good spot. If you add in maybe a ever so slight reading and intuition and discretion of the direction you want to go at those levels, maybe based on something as simple as trend, right? Of the market that you're trading, what it's been doing day over day, week over week, coming into these levels. Maybe you add a little bit of context the way that I do based on key news events, when they are we before, after, during, what's going on, a little bit of order flow, right? But really grain of salting all of this stuff and recognizing that the market's still going to do whatever it wants to do, and your edge, if there is one, is only going to play out so often, can give you enough to make money in the long run, right? So that's the overview, the kind of the broad overview, just description of what the hell I'm doing here, guys. I try to focus on a couple key things. Applying some consistency to my trading, doing something similar day in and day out, structuring my risk and accepting it, controlling it, understanding how much I want to risk per trade, per day, where my stop loss has to go, what my position size is, really focusing on my mindset, my discretion, my intuition, how I'm thinking about the market, and then how I'm applying that experience. And then I track my results, as simple as this is. I identify what's working. I try to do a little bit more of that. I identify what's not working. I try to do a little bit less of that over large sample sizes, decent sample sizes, not on a trade-by-trade basis, not on a week-by-week basis, right? I review heavily every week, but I really look at the last, at bare minimum, few weeks of data. I don't think you need hundreds and hundreds of trades before you make small adjustments, but I do think 2 or 3 is not nearly enough. 20 to 30 trades. I think that's a great group where you identify, hey, I'm getting stopped out at break even all of the time, and then it continues in my direction. Or, hey, I'm getting stopped out at break even, and then it goes to my stop loss. You got some data to tell you maybe what to do or what not to do, right? Hey, I get cooked when I enter at 9:35 to 9:40. My win rate is horrible at that time. It's abysmal. But then I notice my win rate after, on the trades I take later in the day, is great. Maybe you do a little bit more of what's working, a little bit less of what's not. The answer, in my humble opinion, is not in strategy itself. It's not in a holy grail that's going to save you from your execution, right? Your ability to structure risk and your ability to apply consistency in a very inconsistent on the short-term space that we have to operate in. So that's my approach to trading here, guys, as a whole, right? I talk a lot about stuff outside of the tools like that I'm using specifically, because I believe that that's where so much progress is made. And if it was as simple as a set of tools, we'd all be making zillions of dollars, right? Because you could watch traders and pay for an approach, pay for a strategy, get a strategy for free, right? You back test it, you forward test it, it works great, and then you keep losing money. Why is that? It's not the tools, it's not the indicators, it's not the strategy. It's you, personally. So that's my rant for today. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I got a trade on, so I'm not going to review YM, But I want to share a little bit more out of live account trading, out of account trading, because I've been trading these, just to finish this rant off, come back to the chat. I've been trading these straight to sim funded pro accounts now for months. This is the original, and I've repeated this a couple times, the original 7-pack. I said I wanted to trade these live with you guys. I wanted to test them myself. This is the first and only set of accounts that I've traded with an intraday trailing drawdown, with an equity stability score. I've traded them fairly consistently, but I haven't done jack SHIT by way of working myself towards a payout. It's been back and forth, profit loss, profit loss. It's the longest stretch of break-even trading that I've had. I'm proud of how risk has been managed. I can't say I'm super proud of the progress I've made in them, but that's what real trading is for me in these accounts specifically. I got a feeling I'm trading my instant funded accounts, my preferred account type. I'm trading the 150Ks on the side. I got a couple 50Ks left. I got the 150Ks that I'm moving into. I got a feeling I'm going to make more progress quicker in those individually and potentially get kicked to a live account from one of them. So I still want to be transparent and talk about what I'm doing in those. It's the same methodology. We're starting to get some movement here. Same methodology, same approach that I'm taking here on ES. It's just limit orders in pre-market. Traditionally, definitely from the extremes, there's really no continuation type trades. Wide stop losses, wide take profits. Let that bad boy run all day. If it gets hit, accept the stop loss on the front end. I could point out some examples on YM. I was doing it on NQ quite a bit, but I'm coming back to the black sheep YM. I've got the most experience really trading YM as US30 as CFDs in the Forex market. I'm starting to rival that because I've been on ES for so damn long now, trading futures. But it's worth noting. So, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. Long rant there, but wanted to get through some of that stuff. I think it's important. So, talked about this trade. It's starting to play out. Here's what I'm cautious of, guys. Coming back to the 15-minute zoomed out, and then I'll come back to you guys in the chat. This isn't a great risk structure, right? This isn't a great risk to reward. This is a third. So 0.3, right? 0.4. I'd really like to see this come down into these 50s, but I think we stand the risk of chopping right here until FOMC at 2 p.m. So, got two options in a trade like this. Grab your profit, right? You know, be really conservative, generate a low risk to reward trade, right? Where if this thing just ripped against me, I'd be out for 975. Here it is in profit. Maybe I'm going to be getting out for, a couple $100. In the long run, overall, if you're consistently ending up like that, you better have a badass win rate to support it because it's going to be difficult to make money in the long run. I really would like to see this bad boy go to the downside, but I am cautious. Again, this is where the context and experience and discretion, I'm cautious that we chop. This looks good to the downside, right? Nice long wicks on the 15-minute. We wicked above overnight high, big rejection, down below VWAP. We got volume. We got bookmap supporting this, a continually declining cumulative volume delta, indicating that, sell volume is overpowering buy volume. We have more sell volume right now in these candles than buy volume. That's lining up with the direction that price is moving. This looks good to the downside. If we're going to do anything, where do I think we're headed? Reasonable area. Right down here, right? Technically not an untested. A volume point of control level, multiple volume points of control, area of price action and market structure, and a key level looking at visible range volume profile on the 15-minute zoomed out here, right? On this contract specifically, to be even more specific. It's a temporary volume point of control. And a nice key round number, right? 20 points to the downside, 66.50. I don't know that we do it, and I think that we start to chop. I'm going to hold on to this. For a push down here. There's not only thing that I don't love. There's not a ton of liquidity down there. There's really not a lot of buy orders resting that we would want to go and fill, but I'm going to hold on to that one. If we do start to chop, maybe I survive and I'm out around break even later into the day ahead of FOMC, unless I want to run it into it. But I'm going to hold on to this one. Allowing this maybe to come down here, show me $500-600, and then come back on me in pursuit of this larger profit, right? I'd rather take the full stop or a nice W today. That's my discretion on this one, guys. My intuition. I don't even like the word intuition, but your experience, your pattern recognition, right? But worth noting, pre-FOMC day, that could be it. We could start to chop here. I'm looking for a little bit more of an extension, and maybe we start to chop here, right? Start to do something like that. So, hanging on to this bad boy. Go back to the side by side. Let's see. We shall see. But let's come back to you guys in the chat. Yeah, we read that. Oh, we got a bunch of people on. What's up, guys? What's happening? Thanks for being here. Welcome to the show. We are short. By we, I mean me. I always found it funny when people would say we, and now I started to say it. Me, I'm short. If you're short, that's on your own accord, right? No financial information, no suggestions, no trade call outs for signals, none of that stuff. But I'm short from 66.75. Excuse me, 66.70 and 3/4. Stop up there at 66.90. I'm leaving that one stupid wide. What's up, guys? For anyone that prefers Hikinashi candles, Project X is working on fixing the missing candle countdown in the next update. Explains why I couldn't see it. Nice. Wesley providing some info. Trying CPR on my 150K straight to funded. Let's do it. Andrew, no setup for me. Alan, what's up? Hope you're well. Zach, anyone already sitting on profits for the day, depending on your system? Hope you at least consider taking the rest of the day off. Yeah, man. Listen, overall, guys, right? I really try to be down the middle, for a lot of things, because just so much different stuff works, right? Just so much different stuff works. And who am I to say that nobody can make money on FOMC, right? Somebody's going to make money. For the most part, with increased volatility, rapid changes in volatility comes challenges, right? Challenges in at least structuring your risk, handling that fast moving market. And for a lot of newer traders, that means losses. It means a lot of blown accounts. There will be an outsized number of wins today and an outsized number of losses today, right? Just based on how the market's going to move. And if you're a newer trader, it can be really frustrating to get cooked on days like this. And you don't have to. You could take risk off. You could play in a practice account. You could hop onto demo. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me get rid of Discord here. So, to Alan's point, if you're doing well today, don't feel like you have to push it. What's up, all? Colt, what's happening, man? Colt's long. Send it, brother. This could be the bottom end of the zone. Here we are, prior week high, prior day low, right? Key levels here. I'm looking for some continuation out of this. We start to chop. It is what it is. That's I'd love to see at least a test near that overnight low level. I'm not going to hold for a break through the 50s or anything like that. I don't expect a big move. But I'd love another 8 to 9 points to the downside would be pretty nice. But we'll see. We will see. We shall see, chat. As always, appreciate you guys hopping on. Thanks for being here. We'll hype up the accounts that I'm trading right here. These are the top 1 futures on Project X instant funded accounts. These happen to be the straight to funded Sim Pro. If you want to check out my favorite account type, and I'm going to focus even more on these because I think this is a really, really, really solid opportunity. I think all of the accounts serve a different purpose, and I think it's cool that you have options, right? Higher cost, lower cost, different rule sets. This is my favorite account type, the standard instant funded. This is kind of like the OG instant funding account type. End of day trailing drawdown, no equity stability score, just a 20% standard consistency score, nice wide max loss limit, reasonable profit target, and a solid amount that you're able to take out once you hit that profit target. Read through all the rules for yourself, but right now they're running 40% off with code RDF. And the promo on these, they're always trying to, give something a little bit more. The promo on these is on the 25 and 50K. You're able to copy trade up to 5. I personally think if you are, not looking to get kicked to a live account and you want to build a big buffer, trading the 150K is the way to do that. The 50Ks are a great option. For me, it was the easiest way to work towards getting paid out in the 50K. You have to put up $3,000 with a $2,000 max loss limit, and you could take out $2,500. 20% consistency rule. I think it's a pretty solid way to work yourself towards a payout. If you want an even cheaper account, maybe you are a newer trader, you're somebody that wants less risk on the line, maybe you already have some instant fundeds, you want to try something different. This is the Ignite account. Take a look at the price on these. $89 for 25K, $149 for the 50K. You can copy trade up to 6. These do have some drawbacks, right, based on that price. You have a ESS score, equity stability score. You have no intraday trailing drawdown, which is really sweet. They are end of day. But you have a maximum withdrawal per payout on these, which is tighter. But pricing, right? Price is right. So if you want to check these out, link is in the chat. Let me go ahead and throw this one in there. Remember, guys, I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I stand to make money, so I can't be unbiased. It's super important for me to say that over and over and over again. Almost everybody is biased in one way or another, but I would be clearly biased here, right? So here's what I would do if I was you. Go to the site. You don't even have to click my link if you don't want to, because I stand to make money from links and codes, right? That link and that code. Go to the site, read the rules, right? And maybe you say, you know what, Zach, this ain't for me, brother. The ESS, I don't like it. And a consistency rule, I don't like it. Maybe I scalp for some reason for 2 seconds at a time, and they have a 10-second minimum hold time rule. Whatever reason you don't like it. Totally cool, man. I think that's what you should do. Go to every prop account site that you're considering. If you're going to hop into a live account, look at the broker, look at the requirements, right? What are the margin requirements? What platforms do they have? Read through this stuff for yourself, right? And then come to the best decision. Personally, in the prop space, especially when it comes to instant funding specifically, I think these are a badass option, especially these bad boys right here. So you want to check that out. Link is in the chat. As we're continuing to watch price move lower, putting session lows in here as I'm short on ES. Danger time here, decision-making time. We're going to come lower. I'm not going to hit a home run on this one, guys, but I'd like to see near this overnight low level. Would really like to see down below this this overnight low level. That'd be great. That would just be great. Let's see. We got... Yep, took two of those. I love the instant as well. Evals make you get in the gambling habit. Yeah, 25K is nice, dude. Appreciate you doing your thing. Scott, out at 66.60. Yeah, it's a good spot. Very nice. Again, guys, if you were short on this, if there's a level, that I'd be watching right here, right? Right here. Take a look at the reactions that we've had around this level. I'm looking for a push down to this next area of high volume on the 15-minute, down around this overnight low. I think we are very likely to find buyers here. That's why I think we're holding right here, at least for now. If you are looking to get in, get out, get paid, I think that's a decent spot to do it. I'm going to hold through it, right? Acknowledging that, for that larger profit, generating maybe a higher risk to reward, lower win rate if I took every trade similarly to this. But I would definitely exercise some caution down here in ES. If you were looking for a buy, this might not be a bad spot to do it. Bookmap's still looking good. I wish we had more down there at the 50s. Like, I wish we had a ton more. We really don't. I'm hanging on. I don't know that I'm going to hold past that overnight low level. I'd be looking for a crack lower. Again, I am looking 8 or 9 points lower, 10 points lower than right here. So I'm still asking for a lot out of the market, but we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Negative 7,500 on cumulative volume delta on my end. There's some orders coming on the book down below, but not a ton. It gets really light past the 6,500s, and we still do have some untested stuff up above, all the way back up to the 80s. So, we could start to form this crazy back and forth choppy movement ahead of FOMC. Wouldn't be completely surprised by that. But I'm going to hang on to this one for now. That's my thought process. Who thinks NQ will hit 24,700? Interesting. Someone said evals create a gambling habit. I think you got to be careful with evals, right? I don't like wasting time trading evals if I don't have to, but there are accounts that have benefits from trading an eval, right? I also do think it can be a good, cheap way, because objectively it's the cheapest way to get your foot in the door to start trading at all, right, with prop firms. But to that person's point, it really can create a problem if you are born and raised on evals, which I wasn't, but I have seen traders be born and raised on evals, and they want to get through them quickly, which I can understand, but they create this gnarly YOLOing eval stuff, which translates directly into funded accounts in a really negative way. So you definitely want to exercise some caution, right? I think if you're not going to trade the same, you better be good at not trading the same, But that said, I think, something like going through the extra steps for Top Step, for example, is going to provide there's a trade-off, right? There's a trade-off for everything. I think you'd be silly not to think that. If for Top Step, for example, if you're going to trade a 150K account, or let's say a 50K account, you have to put up $3,000 across 2 days on demo. You have to pay to do that before you're even into a funded account that you're trading towards profit that you stand to withdraw. So a ton of time, effort, risk, right? Trading that. But what happens once you get in, you don't have a consistency rule by way of a percent, which I think is a big advantage. You do have a minimum trading days to pay out that have to be profitable. So technically that's a consistency rule. I think we call things 47 different names, but that to me is a consistency rule, but it's not a percent day consistency rule. So you can be a home run hitter in those types of accounts, right? Certain drawbacks, the percent that you stand to withdraw is a whole lot less in those accounts, right? 50% once you're into the funded account. But different things for different traders, right? Different strategies are going to suit different rule sets, right? Which is why I think it's good that we have so many options. You could find something that fits you really well. Some traders look at not having a consistency rule as a problem. I've talked to a lot of traders that prefer a consistency rule. They say they do way better. It stops them from over trading. It stops them from getting greedy. And if you're in an account with, potentially unlimited upside for that day, and it's not going to come back to bite you, that could be a lot for guys to handle. But find what suits you, right? There's benefits and drawbacks that could be made. There's an argument for and against almost every rule set for every prop firm. I talk about and promote what I'm super duper jacked up on. find what works best for you. All right, that's what I think is important. Be cautious of the stuff out there that looks super sketchy, that's causing problems, right? Look at longevity, look at payouts, look at, all of that stuff. Who's behind it, the faces, the names, all of these things, right? And then recognize that every prop firm is a risk. I've been burned before, especially with Forex and CFD prop firms, really only with Forex and CFD prop firms. But, you're giving your money to a business, right? There's a inherent risk in trading, right? Putting real risk on in the live market, but there's certainly a risk with prop firms, right? It's an added layer that you have to pay attention to. That's there, whether it's a long-standing firm, a newer firm, all of it, So anyway, that's the comments. I have my opinions, but you guys got to form your own. That's the most important thing. Yeah, I'm looking for another push out of this bad boy to grab some profit, guys. This prior day low, prior week low, prior week high level is a problem. It's a problem. And this might be all we're doing. I don't have a super strong indication to close this outside of being at this level here. But I am anticipating this could start to be a problem. I'm looking for this to continue a little bit further. Again, I'm probably going to grab it quick on a potential move down here if we get some volume. But overall, volume dropped off. CVD starting to flatten out. This feels like we could be moving into the chop here. I don't know that we sell off super aggressively, come down through that overnight low. I'm looking to grab a quick wick down here and call this one a dub. I'm not going to take it at this level, even though we are starting to consolidate. I would prefer to try to grab another couple $100 on this, another few points out of it, rather than just grabbing a small profit. And inherently in doing that, right, leaving the risk on to come all the way back. Anybody can tweet or comment or some underlying driver and wick me out for $1,000. That's the acceptance of risk that I have here, right? Got to do that. I think it's important to have that kind of mindset, right? What are you doing and why, right? Okay, well, trade's still on. I didn't move stop loss. If I'm not closing here, I'm accepting that can come all the way back on me in a split second, right? You better be okay with that if you're going to trade that way. Let's see. Did lower half of Zach's trade. Let's see. Okay, nice. What kind of data does Bookmap show? No, not a silly question, man. You could ask. Whatever you like here. I will show you guys Bookmap in a minute here, but I just want to keep this trade open because I'm nearing we could start to move here, and I'm nearing a level that I'm considering to take profit. So to the person that asked that, Wellesley, we'll look at Bookmap together, and I'll give you the brief Bookmap overview. But Bookmap is, without me showing it, is an yeah, I'm not going to do it. I've made the mistake before. I'll discuss it in a minute. I was going to show it again, but I only have one screen that I have everything shown on, and if I overlay it and then we get a crazy wick down and I don't close, I try to have to move things around, and then it turns out to be I miss my exit because I'm distracted and playing around. But Bookmap is an order flow software. It's a paid platform that shows live liquidity in the markets. So it shows you resting buy limits, orders down below price, and it shows you sell orders up above price, right? It shows you something different than what the candlesticks themselves will show you. Now, whether or not that's helpful is always highly debated, right? As with every tool. But there's also quite a bit of volume tools on Bookmap. There's a whole bunch of different profiles. There's different volume bubbles, the way that it's displayed over the best bid and best ask. There's a CVD, a cumulative volume delta, which is the difference between buy and sell volume anchored to a specific point. Here we go. 1030 coming in, guys. I'm looking for a wick lower on this. We're cracking Cracking to the downside. Come on, man. Give me the W. Give me the WES. I'm looking down in here around the 55s. We got some liquidity stacked up now at 66.53. Or do we fail here in reverse? Come right back in. Go right back to VWAP. I'm hanging on for a little longer on this one. I'm not going to be happy if it wicks lower and I'm out. I think we got a really good chance of going right back to VWAP on this, guys, as well. But again, you know, I allow myself the discretion on exits in profit, not in loss, right? And I got to challenge myself to hold my trades a little bit longer. Have to. And, you know, this is at a spot where, you know, on another day, I'm okay closing this, but I just want to see a little bit more of a wick down. We got 66.57s to the downside, still a growing negative CVD. You know, 8100 now, negative 8100. You know, this is not. I'm not asking for anything too crazy by holding on to this for a little bit longer. But I like to talk through it, acknowledge the risks, right? That this thing rockets to the upside today because, you know, some market participant does something, and instead of me being out for 500 in profit across 7 accounts, I'm out for, you know, a negative 1,000. But yeah, that's the overview of what Bookmap shows. It's easier if I just show it, but I want to have the trading platform up. I was looking like we were going to get a little wiggle out of this bad boy, man. Come on. Come on. Chat. Let's see. Yeah, what's NQ and ES? What's NQ and YM doing for those of you guys that are watching? I got YM Bookmap pulled up as well since I'm trading that. Maybe starting to top out up there and turn to the downside if I zoom way out. Ugh, yes, man. Yeah, man, the market has just not been working with me. Just not been working with me. We're going to see if this one plays out, but I've had, and that's how it goes, right? It's just how it goes. If you trade for long enough, you notice this stuff. I've had so many trades over, and you could see it from the live sessions, right? Move into profit a little bit, show me a few $100, and then come back on me. I've had plenty that I've closed out that have ran. I've had stop outs by a tick or two, and then all the way back into profit. It's been definitely a challenge, man. But those periods come. There's periods where it just feels like you can't miss. You hit the sell button, market dumps. You hit the buy button, the thing pumps. And there's periods of this back and forth where the market just does not follow through for you on your trades. I try to stick to my guns. I review, but I try to be honest and share, man. It can be frustrating. These accounts, like are like the death of me, man. I said, you know, I was going to stick to trading them with you guys because I set out to do that. I stuck my neck out. I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to do it all the way to a loss or to a profit. But what an amount of time spent trading accounts to not, you know, to not make money, not get paid on them. You know, it's part of it, right? And part of what I do here with prop firms nowadays is, you know, is a display of what can be done with prop firms, right? Attempting to trade them slowly but surely towards payouts, towards live accounts. But man, I got to tell you, it could get to you when in a live account, I have multiples of the price of all of the prop accounts that I trade put together fluctuate in a P&L. And I'm trading prop accounts, for break even for day after day after day. But it's part of it, man. It's part of it. Still displays the approach, displays the trading, displays the risk management. That's part of it. So let's see what we get out of this. Again, I'm cautious that we find buyers here. I said it a handful of times. We're settling down here. I'm going to hang on to this. I'm hang on to it for a push lower. I'm looking down around the 55s. Maybe a fake out move to the downside before we wick right back up. I'm not looking for it to come all the way down to this area of high volume that is down here that I think is reasonable to target. Right? I think that would be a pretty nice movement out of the market. I'd like to find a way out of this with you guys on the live session here today and not have to hold it and then make a decision before a huge financial news event. Prefer not to do that. So again, that's a little bit of context as well, right? I recognize that I'm in trades that like yesterday's trade, I held all the way to the close. Actually, I didn't even close it. The market took me out. You can go back and watch the live session and look at where the market was at 4:10 p.m. Eastern. I was taken out by top one. I didn't even close it. If I wanted to do that today, that would include holding through an extremely high impact financial news event, right? So how I close this trade today, right? Maybe taking myself out early down here. I'm applying that context, right? Well, if I hold on to it, I'm hoping that it plays out in the next couple hours before a high impact news event, maybe, or have to hold through, right? So, that's context, right? Context of where we're at in the financial news event cycle. So anyway, fucking ES, man, ES. Let's read what we have going on. Let's have a warm-up duck race. Yeah, we got duck races today, guys. You hang tight. You can start hitting the like button now if you want. Start running it up. We will have a duck race. We will give away some top one futures accounts today. Scott, nice. Altili is long MNQ. Cool. Helps more if you throw in a why you're doing what you're doing and maybe like a stop and a target or an entry rather than just, a long or a short. But you could comment whatever you want if you'd like about the your directional trading. NQ just took my profit. Ooh, NQ dropped. That's awesome. ES could be worse. That could have been a loss. Yeah, trade's still on, man. So still could be a loss. We don't know. Was very patient today. Cut my loser early. Waited for my setup. Super happy with my trading. Good. Absolutely. It's awesome. NQ went through mid 1 hour. It's going up. Okay, so mixed reviews on NQ. 150s. Sorry, I wasn't reading the chat as I was talking, guys, so I don't know the context of some of this. Zach, you come back? No. I'm trading here live in the mornings with you guys. I was doing some power hour stuff, but market just really, it's just not these days. It's just not my preferred time to trade. Let me just leave it at that. I think you can make plenty of money during power hour. Again, guys, just so we know, I'll try to repeat before, management of a trade comes up. If we crack lower, I'm going to look to grab this. I'm going to look to likely join bid on the way out or just market out, close the trade. We got some orders, 207 at 66. Oh, right as I said it, they're getting pulled. Here's Bookmap. Here's Bookmap, guys, for those that are interested. Right as I said it, literally, right as I said it. We had 207 on the book. Those are getting pulled down below. I hate that. ES, man. ES. Oh, they got moved. Excuse me. Let me zoom out. They got moved. That's not as bad as I thought, but that looks like BS. I don't think that is going to hold any weight today. Not a lot down here. 66.50s for a clean out, but not a lot down here. Damn. Well, we'll see. Let the market do what it wants to do. Tom Hogard has a great strategy for FOMC, the rule of 4. Yep, I've read that one, studied it, watched him trade it, back tested it, done all that. I think a lot of Tom Hogard stuff is really interesting. Obviously, I'm a biggest fan of mindset and psychology that he applies. I think Tom Hogard is a wealth of information, an absolute wealth of information. One thing I will say is, talking about a strategy is if you hop in his live trading room, you watch him trade, for a decent period of time, he applies a lot of discretion, as do most manual traders, right? He is applying a lot of intuition and discretion to his actual entries, his trade management. It's situational and contextual, the way that you hear me talk about, but you could backtest some of the stuff that he talks about, right? The school run strategy, the advanced school run strategy, all that stuff is his. It's badass. I think it's super helpful. It can give you a great frame of reference, but I think it's really also important to note that you're not going to have Tom Hogard's results because you haven't been in the market for like 3 decades doing what he's doing, right? So I think it's an important note there. But I'm hoping to go catch him trading. I really am. Love to go see him. But read that book. Read that book for sure. Best Loser Wins. Currently work. Looking why I'm short. Why I'm selling off maybe. I like pushing buttons. I didn't do that today. Top situational analysis. Yeah, there you go. Situational analysis. Yep, that's the way he talks a lot about the market. I like to talk about it as discretion. I think that's the simple way to label it, right? It's either going to be objective and rules based, meaning 100% market generated information. If X happens, I do Y. If Y happens, I do X. Or you're going to have discretion, right? You're at least some. You're going to apply your opinion. You're going to filter some trades. You're going to do something slightly different. I don't know I haven't watched a single trader that trades live, manual trader, trade with 100% objective rules-based strategies. If you were going to do that, you would just code it into a bot or an EA, right? And we've talked about that. So I think if you're going to trade with your discretion, it's important to recognize that you're discretionary. You're going to have your rules. You're going to have your guardrails, right? You're going to have some places that you want to apply some consistency, right? Day in and day out. But at the end of the day, you're using your discretion, your subjective, not objective interpretation of whatever tools you use, right? So important to recognize that. And it's a big part of my trading. I tried the other way for a long, long period of time. And you can't teach discretion. You can't buy discretion. You can't teach experience and you can't buy experience. You can't shortcut that, right? It comes from screen time, comes from watching the markets day in and day out, grinding these charts. That's where it comes from. The same way we see different traders have a lot of success with different strategies, right? I had someone point out, traders that are different strategies, right? Different strategies that take a lot of heat, the different whatever that do really well. Most of the guys that do really well are in the markets for a long period of time. So anyway, that's the thought. Let's read from the bottom. My discretion comes of Jack Daniels. I don't know if that's good discretion, Rhombus. Mamba FX with some flames. ASAP futures. Let's giveaway. Yeah, giveaway in the future. You guys don't have to ask for it. It'll come random days, random times, but so much for random days because I'm doing them every damn day. Why I'm grinding higher from my signal. Boo. Not taking any trades for now. Might just be making my mind up early that I might not trade. Yep. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, guys. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. FOMC day today. Be cautious. Let's see what the market's got for me, man. What's going on, peeps on Kick? I see we got more people on there now. 26 on X. What's up, X? How we doing, man? Appreciate you guys hopping on. Mostly YouTube chat is active, but we're gonna run the giveaway soon, guys. We got 53 people on here, concurrent on YouTube. We got 206 that have hopped on and off. I'll call out a like count soon. You guys have been cooking me on the like count though. I said, like, what did I say, 50 yesterday? It was like immediate the day before, immediate. Like I'm not trying to make it too hard for you guys, but I don't know, maybe someone's got a like bot or something. Here we go for a little push lower. There's like nothing down here, man. I'm not gonna hold on for a home run on this. Like I've said a couple times, guys. I want to see a little bit of a turn, a little bit further of a wick down. Got some CVD dropping off. Near the 55s, I'd be happy. Near. Test of prior week high, little wick above this consolidation, and then a push lower. You know, if we came back even further and then started this, I'd be even a little bit more confident in it. But this is just slow moving, choppy price action. Let's see. I have my troll account ready for FOMC. Gonna go to 1,000 NQ on that. There you go. Have some fun. JD, sorry I'm new. Is it the 150K accounts you're struggling to get a payout? So you guys are talking in between the chat to each other. Troll account. This is why I'm trading. This is why in this trading journey I've been looking for the easy button so far. Got nothing. Yeah, no easy button, guys. My troll accounts. Bring likes to 50. Quack quack. A lot of people have the easy button for sale. Yeah. There's no easy button. There's no easy button in this, unfortunately. There's no easy button anywhere, guys. You know, it's not out there. I wish there was. I wish there was a crazy shortcut, you know. What do I think can help if there is anything? Good education, right? Putting yourself around the right people. Sure, you know, you're paying for being in the right groups and the right mentorships, right? I think that can be really helpful. Getting a lot of personalized work, you know, done with somebody who's, you know, going to take the time to do that. I think that can help, but even that's not going to shortcut, you know, experience and time, right? You know, if you want to learn to play basketball really well, if you spend, you know, 3 months with nothing but NBA All-Stars, like, are you going to be able to play in the NBA? No, you're still going to have to play basketball for years, you know? It can help, right? Being coached and help with that type of stuff. Organize your learning, shorten that learning curve. You know, I think there's definitely value in that. I did that myself quite a bit, and I'm going to continue to do that, right? I'm looking to go and put myself around some of the best traders out there in live events that I possibly can. Gain more perspective, right? More understanding of different people's perspective and approaches, and apply that as best I can. But it's time, man. Stuff takes time, just like anything else. And just like everything else out there, it's marketed that it doesn't take time, right? All you got to do is take this one pill or whatever, and you lose weight, right? All you got to do is this for, 2 weeks, and you have, 8-pack abs. Like, this stuff's been around for forever, man. There's no shortcuts. Hard work, that's the shortcut. Focus, discipline. But resiliency, staying at it longer than everybody else as you continue to fail. That's where that success comes from. All right, man, come on. ES, give me the lows here. Give me the lows, dude. I'm getting ready to take this, guys. We dropped off on CVD. We're down at the lows again. I wish there was more down here on Bookmap, but I'm getting ready to grab this as if we wick lower here. If we come back up after this, I don't know. I'm probably also going to have to close it. This is just slow-moving, choppy price action. We started to form a zone here, a range, a really small trading range here. I would love an extension down to grab some profit on this. I could also just feel myself. I try to be pragmatic and practical. I can feel myself not wanting to be in this. Going to be painful to watch it sell off if I don't close, but oh man, CVD dropping. Staring at Bookmap is why my head's turned. I run Bookmap on the second screen. Jeez, man. It's a frustrating one. This is a real frustrating one. Heavy CVD. I'm leaving it on. Heavy CVD. That doesn't look great, but I'm leaving it on. I'm not inclined to take $450 worth of profit on this. I'm gonna let it come all the way back if it comes all the way back. Other than that, I want to see it go all the way down to the 50s. That's my play for this one. Done deal. Done deal. Ugh. Ugh. On that note, I'll be right back, guys. Right back. Grab some water. Back in action, chat. Let's see. Let's see what the market's got for me today. How did chair do? Wick up near VWAP. Yeah, I'm leaving this bad boy on. We're leaving it on. Diamond hands. Let's see what you guys got going on in the chat. Where are we at with before I even read the chat? 53 on YouTube. We got a bunch on X, a bunch on Kick. Here's the deal, guys. I think you know what time it's about to be. Somebody throw an emoji in the chat if you know what time it's about to be. I'm gonna hang out with you guys today. Here's what I'll say. I'm gonna hang out with you guys today. I'm gonna throw a big, there we go. I'm gonna throw a big like count up on this. Okay. I'm gonna ask for a lot of likes here. I know you guys can do it. First off, I have confidence that everybody hit the like button. We would run this up today. And here's what I'll do. It's FOMC day. We got a trade running. We're gonna watch it come up, come back down. We'll do something. We'll run not one. We'll run multiple duck races today. I'm thinking like maybe like more than two, you know, like I'm thinking multiple duck races today, multiple accounts getting giveaway, maybe some cash, maybe some other fun stuff. I don't know, but I'm going to throw a big like count up here. Bear with me because it's probably going to run the view count up. It's going to take a minute to get there. Here's the goal for today, guys. Here's the goal. 90 likes, 90. We got 57 people on here right now. And again, that's concurrent. So there's 57 people actually watching. We've had 250 hop on and off. I'm confident that all 57 have not hit the like button already. Now it's at 60. We have 48 likes, 50 likes. If you all hit it right now, you'd probably run it up to 90 likes. But at 90 likes, we're going to run some giveaways. If you're on X and you want to be part of the giveaway today, here is the link. Hop on over to YouTube. We're gonna run this bad boy on YouTube. If you're on Kick, throw some emojis in the chat. Do something. Throw a duck in there. Do whatever you want to do. I appreciate you guys for hopping on Kick. But there's the live chat. Link to the YouTube if you are on X. Come on over and smash the like button. There we go. Bunch of people in chat. There you go. Guys are running it up. We'll have the form ready to go. 90 likes. 90 likes is what we're running up to today. Now you guys get to 90 likes, we're running multiple giveaways. That's the game plan today. You guys don't want to hit the like button. You say, you know what? We don't want it today. No problem. We'll run it another day. But let me go ahead and get the form ready as we're watching this trade. Chop around. All right. Giveaway form is ready to roll. What's up, Enzo on Kick? What's happening? What's up, everybody on Kick as well? Let's see what we can do here. I'm hanging on to this bad boy, guys. I'm hanging on to this bad boy. CVD. Sellers are still here, man. Sell volume still here. I want to see the floor fall out. I want to see a wick down. I think we got a good potential to wick down there around the overnight low. And outside of that, it really didn't provide enough profit for me to take profit on this. Just objectively looking at it. I'd be okay closing out on a day like this with FOMC, right? I'm going to give myself the okay to do either or. But I'm going to stick to the or, which is hanging on, accepting the risk that at any point it could rocket past my stop loss and go and take me out for $1,000. That's cool. Let it do whatever it wants to do. Let's read the chat. I'm back. Yassine, what's up? Kick is like, what's up, guys? We're not invited. Being the best strategy for me, maybe just to pick a target, size down, let it rip while I go hang out with the family. Yeah. Set it and forget it. Set it and forget it. You don't move to BE? No. No moving to BE. Moving to BE is for, no, I was gonna say something stupid. I don't go stop loss to break even. I don't go stop loss to break even. Definitely not on this approach. Why? I find that it hurts me more than it helps me. I find that if I go stop loss to break even, I am more often than not stopped out and the trade comes back into profit, then stopped out and the trade goes all the way to my stop loss. Over a large sample size of trades, that's what I find. So I'm not a fan of stop loss to break even. You can watch that play out dozens of times. If you go back on my live sessions here on YouTube, you can watch stop outs for break evens. Even when I was trading with a higher frequency of trades, you can watch multiple in the same trading session. Not a fan. But go ahead and do what works best for you, right? Because you might find that it does help you. It's not a, hey, one size fits all. Stop loss to break even is good or bad. All right, you guys are running it up. 60 some odd likes. We're going to 90. 90 likes today, chat. 90 likes, and we are dropping a form. I see a couple of you guys said, where's the form? When we get to 90 likes, forms in the chat. So it's going to be a minute. We're going to chill out. We're not going anywhere. It's FOMC day. Try to get some money before this dang number comes out. Let's see. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna do a couple giveaways today. Chairs conspiring against you, Zach. It mixed itself with market makers. It's helping them get to your stops. We're gonna have to talk to Chair. Carlos said reversing now. Maybe. We'll see. When's the giveaway? 90 likes. What are you waiting for? I'm guessing you mean giveaway. If you're asking for what I'm waiting for to close, explain that multiple times, but you can clarify ASAP futures. What's NQ? No, this is ES. This is ES. Y'all have to watch Tom Brady's speech when he inducted the New England Pats Ring of Honor. Awesome speech. I have to read that. Trading is as hard as life itself. Yeah, I think trading's unfortunately a reflection. Hold it for 66.53. London low. It's a little near Zach. Set it now. Break even. Yeah, we're headed down towards those 50s. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, and then we reread back troll accounts. Let's see. See what ES has got for me today. Filled some orders there at the 60s. Cumulative volume delta in the absolute toilet here. Negative 10,500. At this area, sell volume is continuing to outweigh buy volume. To me, that indicates a good shot that we continue to the downside. Now, there's not a whole lot down there to go and grab, but I think we could see one more wick to the downside that would allow me to grab a little bit more profit on this account. That's what I'm waiting for. A little bit more reasonable. Down around these 55s. I'm going to take it before overnight low. I think we could come all the way down to the 50s, all the way down to the 47s. I want to see at least one wick down. I want to be cautious holding because I think we could get a wick down here and that starts the movement back up, but not yet. Here we go. Let's see. Continuing to move lower. Continuing to put session lows in here, man. That's a decent wick down below. CVD still falling, man. If we blast right back up through VWAP, we're in trouble on this one for sure. But come on, man. Yes, man. Do that thing you do. Do that thing where you go down. That would be great. Choppy, wicky, back and forth, still consolidating. Not getting a directional move out of this. We came down. This is some came down, filled 260, 275. That we're sitting at 660. Looked like we wanted to continue there for a second. Wick down, pop back up. Choppy. Let's see. Trump wants the market to soar, and I honestly think Jay Powell wants to secretly tank it. Ducks. Do I likes across social media count? They count for. Yeah, they're an Air 5. Can't you just close it? It's FOMC day. Sure, I could do anything, my man. For me personally, waiting for a little bit more out of this, right? Waiting for a little bit move lower, for all the reasons that I discussed. You can do anything, right? Anybody can do anything, but for me personally, waiting for a move towards that overnight low level. That's my 2 cents here. That's my game plan. Now, that's either going to help me or hurt me, right? On any one individual trade. It's either going to move lower or move higher, right? And I don't know with any reasonable degree of certainty which way it's going to go. I can only act in a way, just to go further on it, since you're asking that question, I can only act in a way that I think is going to be best over a large sample size of trades. In general, first thought here, right, is over a large sample size of trades, I don't want to run a severely negative risk to reward on this approach. And by risking $1,000 or near it and closing out at $400 or $500 or near it on every trade in profit, will generate a 0.5 to 1 risk to reward. Now, that's not all I take into consideration here, right? This is an area for caution. Right? Definitely a reason for caution. Prior week high, prior day low. We're constantly finding buyers here. We're chopping nonstop. If we had a couple of other indicating, pieces that, hey, we have heavy buyers stepping in outside of just consolidation at this area, maybe I would use a little bit more discretion to close this bad boy early and just, call it a day. But it's pointing the other direction for me in a couple areas. Overnight low down below, untested. And heavily CVD, looking super strong for a move to the downside. Does that happen today? I don't know, right? We don't know. We're going to find out live because I'm not out of it just yet. But that's the reasons for not closing it just yet. To your point, it is FOMC day. I think having, like I talked about and mapped out, chopping around this area could absolutely be a problem, right? Not getting a further move to the downside. Having volatility, not wanting to hold the trade past 2 p.m., right? If I don't have to, maybe, right? Because I think we're in for a lot of volatility. It's either going to generate a huge win or a huge loss. And if I have the consistency rule, that's probably not even going to help me out on a funded account. So all of those things come into play. Absolutely. So, that's the thought process. That's the thought process for not closing this yet, right? Again, acknowledging that don't know what's going to happen next on any one individual trade with really any good degree of certainty. If we did, we'd put on, all the risk that we possibly could and hit a home run. But yeah, good question overall. Day trading is hard. First trading, day trading. Yeah. Yassine, what's up? Oh, been a while. Watching the phone tablet. Trading 1K risk. Yeah, this is a 150K account. I'm typically trading with about that same risk. It's a 150K account. It's a 7-pack of 150K accounts. The funded, straight to funded Sim Pros with Top 1 futures. Yeah, we talked about that. Give me the trumped up. 70 likes. 90 is far from our daily average Zach. Nah, you guys got 90 today. You guys got 90. You stalled out so far. 63. We're going for 90. Listen, I'll make it worth your while. I think you guys can do it. I'll hang out. We'll have a bunch of people hop on and off. We got a lot of people on right now. But we're going to go for 90 today. You guys have been running it up. I'll hang out with you guys. I'll say at very least, no matter what this trade does, to give you guys a good shot, till about 11:45. How will we get to 90, bro? By hitting the like button. That's how you get to 90. Let's see what this market's got for us, man. Wick down below and coming back up. Still a dead CVD. We're going to see. We're going to see what the market's got. Morning, David. What's happening, my man? What's happening? Killed Discord a second ago because we were making noise, but let's see what we got. See what the chatter's looking like in Discord. Yeah, I see some trades getting called out. Mad trades getting called out. Charts getting shared to Discord. Yo, here's what we're going to do again. 100% free trading community. If you guys aren't in here, you're sleeping. You're not locking in. You're clocking in. No, I'm just kidding. Ton of traders in here sharing what they got going on, which is really sweet, man. Really sweet. JB calling out trades. Alan giving some good commentary as always. Dre. Brian C as always. Ash. Very nice. Nice. Yeah, most of you guys are looking short. Took the break below 66, 64. Nice. Nice. Noise, as they say. My bad, guys. Just checking a couple things. I killed Discord before because it was making too much noise, but I try to keep it open this way. I stay in the loop if we have any problems. We have any platform problems, have any issues or anything going on. Anything crazy coming in from someone that says, yo, pay attention to XYZ. Let's see what we get today, chat. All right, where we at? 66 likes. You guys are going to do it, man. You guys are going to do it. I got a good feeling. We've now had 350 people hop on and off. Could have had 338 likes. Sorry. We had 338 people hop on and off. Let's see what we got, man. CVD still in the absolute gutter. Continuing to consolidate around here. Starting to push back up after a wick below. Don't love the price action out of this one. Made the conscious decision to hold it. Like we talked about 47,000 times. Hanging on to this one. Go see if we can't get a wick down below. If it comes all the way back, we let it rip. That's my play. I've had quite a few of those, but far more that go farther into profit with me closing out early than go into profit halfway to a 1R and then come back on me. If I have more of them, we'll reassess, adjust, improvise, overcome. Watching this one on CVD, man. I'm going to see if I'm relying too heavily on that today. Just not pulling back up on any pullback, actually continuing to decline in some of these instances. But yeah, we're gonna have to see. Let's go around the horn and see what NQ and YM are doing. Actually, take a look on here. Let's take a look at, let's go to the 15-minute. Take a look at our good friend NQ. Ooh. NQ looking weak. Very weak. Starting to pull back off these lows here. Hell of a drop out of NQ here, though. And Dow. And Dow living in its own world, just ripping to the upside. Absolutely ripping to the upside. Nice. Very nice. Yep. Yep. Let's see. You guys were chatting it up. I'll try manually because still experimenting. Tried it with straight breakout. Interesting. Trying with the retest seems to wreck me, even though everyone says breaking retest is the best. I find that for me, just trading between levels that I build with a 4-hour Renko chart. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Definitely nothing wrong with that. First 5 to 10 minutes can have a lot of fake outs, so keep that in mind. You should probably use another idea that mixes well with the orb. Reading some of your guys' messages. Yeah, the orb's kind of interesting, man. Orb's kind of interesting. It gets a lot of attention. The 15-minute opening range, that's kind of interesting. But used to have some really strong stats for ES on that one, but not so much anymore. My data says better after the first hour. Nice. Not time-based entry. Yeah, we'll go down, but maybe after hours. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, ASAP. You got a lot of negative comments, man. I haven't seen anything positive out of you yet. Just a lot of negativity. But how are you trading today? Are you looking long on ES? You wanted to go up or down? What are you? How are you structuring yourself? You're not trading at all with FOMC. See, Zach, I envy your Joe Cool attitude. I was once Joe Cool. Had a real hairline too. Yeah, it's finite, Scott. Right? I'm probably not going to have a hairline for forever. Tools we have now to trade is just insane. If we had this when I first started, I'm sure I'd have figured it out by now. I'm trading with Redco, just set the levels. Yeah, all about finding what works best for you. Don't trade ES, trade gold. Nice, man. What's gold doing? What's gold doing today? You sitting out for FOMC? Lost a funded account yesterday. That's tough, my brother. That's tough. I feel that. Yeah, just taking another look at Bookmap. This is really not helping me out too much, guys. Here's what's been in favor of this trade all day. This down here. You guys see this? Yeah. Here's something that I use from Bookmap. It's a volume tool. It's been in favor of this trade all day. A steadily declining cumulative volume delta, right? As we started to drop off, CVD drops off really nicely. Even as we start to pull back, we don't get a big jump out of CVD. As we come down and fill orders, we continue to drop off. Does that mean the market's going to sell off? Does it mean it's going to go lower? No. Just like any other tool, you use it within context. Like I said a couple times, I would have loved to see something else down here, a really nice stack of orders down around that overnight low level, which is 66.53. We really don't have that. We got a nice mix of orders right around price. Now, some of this is kind of just algorithmic BS liquidity that I really don't pay attention to. But we've got a couple levels up here that we maybe could be interested in going to check out before FOMC. That would be a problem against my trade. So as far as levels of liquidity go today on this fresh contract, not too much helping me out. You know, it's not completely dead all the way down to the 50s, which is good. We really drop off right past that. But I'd love to see, like, you know, for example, right around that overnight low level, that wick that we saw from pre-market, you know, a nice stack of buy orders, you know, something of interest to go down and grab. We had this come on, filled there. Since that point, we started to blast back up to the upside a little bit. Not blast back up to the upside, but started to drift higher. So outside of CVD being in favor of the trade, which is going to be interesting to watch play out, see how that goes. Not much else from Bookmap. Super helpful for me today. But people were asking about Bookmap, you know, what it is. This is an order flow software. We're looking at levels of liquidity in the market. We have price levels right here. We have quantity of orders similar to a regular DOM, right? A depth of market chart or tool. Quantities of orders on the book above and below price, right? What Bookmap's claim to fame is it displays it as a heat map. It displays those levels of liquidity historically and in real time here as they change in a heat map. Makes it a little bit easier to read, maybe, and view historical data. Bunch of other tools on Bookmap that we don't have to yap about, but what you're looking at here in the middle is best bid and best ask. If I zoom in, you can see it a little bit better. Best bid and best ask instead of candles. You can run candles on here as well. You can customize the hell out of this thing. Volume bubbles, traditional volume down here, cumulative volume delta down here, all the way at the bottom. Bunch of different volume profiles that I really could care less about. I could take them off my chart. I don't really pay too much attention to these. But this is almost a stock setup. Pretty standard from Bookmap. I'm partnered. I'm affiliated with Bookmap. Gotta be open about that. Can't stand to be unbiased. I don't even have a link here on this one. But if you guys want to check out Bookmap, hop in the free Discord and ask me for a link. I'll go that far today. I'm not gonna go find it right now. I shouldn't say that. Let me not be lazy about it. Sorry. There you go. If you want to check out Bookmap while I'm talking about it, there's the link to Bookmap. I read that Bookmap has a web-based option. I cannot confirm this, though. I don't think so. As far as I'm aware, you have to run Bookmap in the actual platform, the actual program. I looked for it. I haven't looked at it in a while, honestly, Rhombus. So I can't confirm. But I wanted to be able to run it mobile every once in a while, right? I'm traveling, I'm on vacation, whatever. I'd love to take a quick look at, you know, what levels are up above. Is there 1,000 lots sitting somewhere? What does CVD look like? And I haven't been able to find it. So I don't know. Help me with $10. No, no handouts for beggars, man. Please don't ask again. We're getting multiple giveaways on the stream. Not yet, Kai. Not yet, Kai. We got 90 likes to get hit. 73, more than any point. Here's a positive comment. Yeah, you look like Dan Bilzerian. We're both of the same ethnicity. I don't know if that's a positive comment or not. But listen, I feel for you, brother. Losing, I appreciate you sharing. You lost an account. That sucks, man. So I could recognize maybe after a day of losing an account, I'm not in the best mood either, man. So I feel for you, brother. It's tough. If you want to share why, you know, what came of it, if it was tilt or something like that, you know, maybe we could yap more about it, but you know, you don't have to. That sucks. Take it easy, reset, you know, try to bounce back, review what went wrong, right? Try to put processes in place and go from there. We won't discuss how many accounts, funding accounts I've blown. Yeah, I've blown quite a few. book map. But even more than blowing accounts, I've lost a considerable amount of money when I first started trading. I was trading live accounts. I lost way more than you could lose trading prop firms in a single day. I could tell you that. As with most people that started in live accounts, if they had any considerable amount of money. I wasn't the blow up king, but I was the slow bleed king for a long period of time. I had a respect for money when I came to trading. I wasn't completely reckless and just ripping through live accounts. But I was slow bleeding for a considerable amount of time. I think that was the end of the chat. I can feel that too, man. Yep, feel that. Yep. There you go. Tilted. Tilted after a $150 loss. Damn. I'm going to watch this real quick, but we're going to talk about that. That's the killer, man. Putting session lows in here, ES. Come on, bro. Just give me the money, man. Put the money in the bag, ES. No, I'm just kidding. I try to have some kind of fun on here with you guys. Here's the finally the sell-off we were waiting for. Come on, man. Give me the 55s. Give me the 55s, ES. I'm not going to be super greedy with it. Dropping off on CVD as we go lower. I'm getting ready to join bid out of this one. 55s. I've been watching above these 53s. What are we doing, ES? What are we doing here, guys? I'm gonna get out of this. I'm gonna get out of this. A little bit of a push lower here into the 55s. Oh, come on, man. I'm out. I'm out. That's as much as I can handle on that one. I'm out, guys. That's what I wanted out of it. I think we got a good chance of knifing here all the way down to the 50s, the 47s. Like I said from the beginning, holding my trade to an area that makes sense for me at the very least. Still generating a negative risk to reward on that specific trade if you look at the R multiple. But that's what I wanted out of this. A little bit of a wick lower, a little bit of a push lower, a little bit more of a clean out. I think, again, we still could come all the way down here. I still think just as easily we wick down below here one more time, and then we really blast off. Hesitation, started to chop there. I'm out. I'm out for 647 times 7. Oh, my God. Finally, congrats. Yeah, there you go, right? There you go. You just got to hold it. There's the W's, guys. There's the W's. We'll see. We'll see if it rips to the downside. We'll see if it pumps back up to the upside. And then here's what I do after. I take a look at what happens, right? And then I review. I try to improve from there. Does this thing dump? Had that come all the way back on me and stop me out, right? How many trades are moving into profit and then coming back on me? How many trades are continuing all the way through, towards massive R multiples? And then you adjust. But I tried to have some fun on that one, guys. But, as a whole, I don't know. I might be boring to watch because I just kind of keep it even keel down the middle. I don't know what's going to happen next in this market, man. I don't know. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. If we did, we wouldn't, we would just be zillionaires, right? We don't know what's going to happen next on any one trade, on one trade idea. We can get a pretty good indication of what's going to happen over a large sample size because patterns repeat themselves. We can find a way to structure risk. At least that's my humble belief, right? So you just got to try to stay consistent, stay cool when the market's doing whatever it's doing, use whatever tools you're going to use, and then let the damn thing be a winner or a loser. That's it, man. Go back, review afterwards. So, again, adjusting a little bit on that one to take profit where I did, again, now that I've taken profit, you take risk off, you take the opportunity off, right? Yes, I've now secured $650, but the downside of that, this thing could rip through the 40s, right? You got to make your choices and then stick to it, right? And am I going to freak out if this thing comes all the way back and say, oh, I'm a genius. Look at that close. It's FOMC day. That's why you got to take profit. Or am I going to freak out and cry if it dumps 100 points? No, man. You don't. Look in large sample sizes, okay? So anyway, that's the trade for the day. W. Happy to catch a W. No, man, we got the duck race going. We're talking about, I look like Dan Bilzerian. That's great. I scrolled back a little bit. I can feel it too. Yeah, tilted, man. That sucks. Do it. Very nice. Yeah. Impressive, Zach. Nice work. W's. 87 likes. 96 likes. Whoa. Hey, you know what time it is, chat. Giveaway time. There we go. Someone pulled the like bot out. They paid for some likes on the stream. I don't know. We got, we got 60-something people on here. Here we go, chat. Giveaway form is going to be live. Let me pull it up. We're going to run some duck races. See, I knew you guys could do it. You were freaking out. How can we get to it? We need 70 likes. Nah, lower the like count. Faith. I have belief in my community. Someone paid for likes. Yeah, maybe. I hope not. Don't pay for likes on my stream. Don't do that. That's crazy. I'm gonna run the giveaway, guys. Like, we run them every damn day. I try to be fun and say it's random days, random times, but don't do anything crazy. Don't waste money. Don't bot my stream up. That doesn't help me at all. That actually hurts me. But there we go, man. Giveaway form is live in the chat. We got a W on FOMC day. Nothing crazy. Twitter, you guys have 0 likes. You have 32 people on here and 0 people have liked or commented. But you know what? I'm going to give it to you guys anyway, man. I'm feeling generous. We're going to run, like I said, we're going to run multiple giveaways, man. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to get the ducks lined up and we're going to make sure everybody has a chance to win. So here we go. The giveaway form is live. Let me go ahead and get that responder link over to you guys as well. Stay on the live session. I've had some people hop off. You got to be here to claim it. Rules. 1 entry per person. 1 entry per person. Don't spam it. Don't use your brother's and your mother's and your grandma's email. I'll ban you. It's pretty easy to tell. And they come straight from top 1 and you're not able to change the email that you used. Okay? So just don't waste my time and everybody else's time and make sure you get banned. You stand a better chance of not being banned and winning multiple giveaways, right? Because I'm going to run it multiple times. And we do it damn near every day. Also, you got to be here. Be here on the live session. I've been lenient about it because people have pointed out that I have like subscriber mode on and stuff. There you go, X. Giveaway form live in the chat. You got to be here. Got to be here to claim it. That also prevents people from using 47 different emails and then not being able to claim it, which because I asked for your username. I'm going to take subscriber mode off so you guys can claim it. But you got to be here, chat. Those are the rules. If you ain't here and you fill it out, I'm going to assume you spammed it. There we go. 101 likes. 447 views. Cruising, guys. We're cruising. 33 on X. I think we had what do we still got? Cool little pack of you guys on Kick. Nice. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate everybody that hops on these streams. I really do. I fed my duck today. He'll be energetic. Thanks, dude. There we go. Hella ducks in the chat. Bold Believer closed a short. Up 613. W's in the chat, man. We'll see. We'll see what this close look like. Right? But, again, I had a lot of questions today from you guys. A lot of questions on the trade management. Usually I don't get so many, but it's fair. It's valid, right? And I think I do my best to articulate why I do what I do and how I do it. But I think more so than any one individual trade, right? If you can start to think in a series of trades, this is the sauce, guys. If you can have this goldfish memory on any one individual trade and you can start to think in a series of trades, right? You review over decent sample sizes and you adjust from there. You can make some serious progress. You can align yourself with how the market actually moves. It's a paradox. It's a very inconsistent on the short term. But fairly consistent on the long term, or at least more consistent than the short term. Not talking about time frames or trends. I'm talking about, number of trades taken. Let's see. Yep, forms rolling in. We got giveaway form live in the chat. Whoa, no. There we go. Well, while I scrolled through them, 40% off top one futures instant funded accounts. These are my favorite. OG 20%. No intraday trailing drawdown, no ESS, no activation fee, no challenge, straight into a funded account. Love these bad boys. If you want the cheapest instant funded account, the lowest cost 50K and 25K out there in the market, and you're comfortable with some of the rules that get you that deal, $89 for the 25K, $149 for the 50K. These are done this weekend. Finito, finished. These accounts, the new Ignite automatic funded account, if you want to check these out, don't sleep. They are, not only is the discount going away, they're pausing these as they've done in the past. This bad boy is, I don't think is going anywhere. But don't sleep if you want to copy trade up to 5, because that's the promo for this week. I think that's going somewhere. The 5-pack of instant funded accounts. But where's my giveaway form? There we go. Giveaway form. Well, while you guys get the form filled out, let me make sure. You guys getting the form filled out. 11:38. I'll give you guys a little bit of time. I'm gonna be nice today. We're gonna run multiple, right? You know what? Got 40 on X. We got a bunch of people. Yeah, I'll give you a minute. I'll give you like another 5 minutes. Get it filled out. Get it filled out. I'll be right back, guys. Back in action with you guys. Let's see. Quick, someone get my chicken wings before Zach is gone. NSA. It's for the NSA. Don't worry about it. What? Chair will take a trade where he's gone. Yeah, Chair doesn't even have his mask. I had a mask on Chair. I gotta get the mask back up. Down to the lows again. This thing might go. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. You don't trade NQ. I trade NQ. I've traded NQ quite a bit. I don't seem to make it work as well as I do on NQ over something like ES or even YM. But if you want the full, more full backstory, I traded. The intro was into stocks. I think it was Apple or some stock that, was the first intro, and I watched money get made, and I went, ooh, you can just make money trading? That's great. That quickly transitioned to crypto, and then that quickly transitioned, or not super quickly, but came over to Forex. And I traded Forex pairs in live accounts for a considerable amount of time. Started to grab some traction there without going through the years and the days and the whole thing. Then I came over to Forex prop firms. I wanted to leverage other people's money, even though I was well-funded even at that time, which I'm grateful for. But I also wanted to trade the U.S. indices. It's kind of what everybody was trading, right? And just by nature of, what you're introduced to. I wanted to trade US 30 and NAS 100, right? Wasn't really paying attention to futures, just the intro and from who I was learning from and all that type of stuff. Nobody was really trading that. So I traded quite a bit of US 30, which is Dow, and NAS, however you want to say it, 100, which is the CFD for NQ, as CFDs. Not not in live accounts, obviously. They're illegal. CFDs are illegal for U.S. traders. And I traded the least amount before I came over to futures, actually like none of the S&P, ES. When I came over to futures, I think I was overconfident, just overconfident in my ability to trade, similarly to what I was doing on CFDs and even from Forex, because I had most traction really swing trading Forex pairs. But I saw a lot of guys trading ES. It seemed way calmer, seemed to respect levels and trend, tighter than the wild NQ or even YM at the time. So I really came on to ES heavily. And I bounced back and forth between the three. If you go back through my live sessions, you'll watch me trading quite a bit of NQ and YM. I would say before I came over, I probably had the most experience on YM, on US 30. But I've been really super focused on ES for a long period of time now. I will say the one that I'm touching the most outside of ES is YM. I did a lot over the last couple months, or a decent amount over the last couple months, of NQ pre-market. Really just limit order trading. Similar ideology and tools that I use here on ES during NYSE session. Just running that, but wide stops, wide take profits, limit order setups on NQ. But I'm doing something similar on YM, and I'm finding that to be a little bit less of a effing heart attack because NQ is just such a monster. But for all of those reasons, I trade ES primarily. I'd say YM second, and then NQ. I don't know. I can't. Every few months, I just find myself needing to get burned by NQ, so I go back and get burned. But I don't think there's anything wrong with any one of those. I don't think there's anything wrong with gold, with crude oil, with whatever you want to trade, Forex pairs, individual stocks. Just find what works for you. It's preference, right? These are all just the weapons of choice. You'll find traders that make money trading a variety of different things, trading one thing, trading a whole bunch of different stuff, whatever it is, just hone in for you. So I'm not here to say ES is the best. I think NQ objectively is faster moving, more volatile. I think it's better suited for people that like to trade momentum and like that faster moving, wicky back and forth movement, which is subjective. ES is a little bit slower moving, tighter trending, that type of deal. YM maybe is somewhere in the middle, but I like YM because it seems to be very, very mean reverting. It has these aggressive movements up and down from key levels that seem to be well respected on my end, areas of volume. It loves to trade back over itself, and maybe I just have experience watching that, and that's why I like it. I don't know. Maybe if you put me on gold, I would hate it because I just don't know it. That type of deal. So while we're waiting for a couple minutes for you guys, fill out the form. Last chance, guys. Go ahead, fill it out before I cut it off. Outside of that, I will say I came over from Forex and I was trading a lot of different pairs in Forex, and I was primarily swing trading, right? There was quite a bit of day trading towards the end, but I think if you're day trading intraday or, just like position trading, or even like what people would classify as swing trading with wider stops and wider take profits, but maybe just a couple days, I think really focusing on one or just a couple instruments can help. That's one opinion that I have. I think the version of you as a trader, whoever you are out there, that trades 5 different things every day, NQ, YM, ES, gold, and oil, that version is not going to be as good as trading NQ as the version that just watches NQ day in and day out. There's advantages and disadvantages, right? You take yourself out of the opportunity maybe of other markets that are performing better for your approach, your strategy. But I think you become a specialist. I think you really get a good feel for price action, market structure, volume, the way that instrument moves day in and day out through different market conditions, different times of the year. If you hyper focus on one or maybe just a couple, the way that that I have, I think that could be helpful. And I think that would have given me even more of an advantage early on had I did that. And just became a really hyper-focused person on one rather than bounce around with so many different things. So that's the thought. Always bomb on NQ. We'll do better with oil. Yeah. NQ looks like a roulette game. They all have their they all have their advantages and disadvantages, right? And I think, plenty of traders do well on all of them, right? I think you could find a trader making money trading lean hogs today, So anyway, guys, last minute, I'm going to give you 60 seconds, get the form filled out before I clip it. Get the form filled out. Here it is one more time in the chat. I know as soon as I close it, somebody's going to ask me, so I'm saying it now. Again, there's the form. There it is on Kick. If you're on X, what's up, guys, on Kick? What's up, guys, on X? It's in the chat. Get it filled out. Last chance. We're going to run some duck races. Let's get the ducks lined up. Yeah, I think, honestly, I think for the most part, people just trade what they see other people trading. And I think I'm guilty of that as well, right? But I don't mind kind of doing something different and just stepping outside of the box and finding what works for me, right? I don't think you see many people trading YM at all, but seems to work pretty well. And I'm probably going to be trading even more of it coming up. But, if you like oil, if you like a Forex pair future, right? Do your thing, man. Don't let the masses sway you. And honestly, again, just preference-wise and what I've seen, I think NQ can be super volatile and this is just opinion, right? I think it can be very difficult to trade. If you are a momentum-based trader, right? Breakouts and you're scaling in and out of low time frames. Maybe it works really well. If you're looking for something that doesn't pull these crazy wiki overshooting moves, NQ might not be it, man. I think slower moving assets, objectively, give you more time to think, right? You have more time, at each area to think because of the slower movement, right? Maybe have a little bit more room for error on something that's not so freaking fast moving. But again, I don't think one's better than the next. If you held a gun to my head and say, hey, Zach, newer trader, what should they be on? What's your opinion? I'd say ES over NQ. All right. Form is getting closed out right now as I am getting these names for the duck race lined up. Here we go, guys. Last chance, and we're done. And we're done. Yeah, you guys at least got to give me an email. Some of you don't put your names in here, and I really don't care so much about all of the information, but I have to be able to get a hold of you, right? And I've had now on 2 different occasions somebody win. Somebody just hit me up today. I was talking to. I got to follow up with probably on Discord, but give me some good info, right? And a name is helpful because when I send the info over to Top One, if it's one of the ones that's coming from Top One directly, I kind of need your info. All right. We are trying not to dox anybody by making sure we get the names off the ducks. All right, guys, here we go. We got some ducks to get running. Let's start it out big. Yeah, I got everybody that filled the form out. I see you guys in chat. Tom, please add me on. Come on, please. My duck for the win. Yeah, it's random, guys. Let's go. Ducks in the chat. Let's do it. All right. Yeah, we're going to run a couple, like I said, guys. I asked for a lot of likes. You guys delivered. Great community. Can't complain. Here we go. We got 81 ducks. 81 ducks in a line here. This first one, I'm going to save the big boy. This first one's going to be for 25K Elite Challenge account from Top One Futures. This is for a 25K Elite Challenge account from Top One Futures. Let's get ready to run it, guys. Good luck, everybody. Oh, let me get the banner off here. You guys were doing 2 giveaways. Yassine, where are you? Someone tell Yassine how many giveaways we've been doing on the stream, man. Multiple giveaways. No, not every day. I change it up. I keep it fun for you guys. It's FOMC day. Wait a minute. That's the extra wrong banner. Damn it. Hang on, guys. Today we are doing multiple giveaways. Multiple. I don't know. We're going to see after we fit. Maybe 2. I don't know. Maybe more than 2. We ran like 3 or 4 last week on one day. So let's run it, guys. Ducks are off. Good luck, everybody. Remember, I said it before. I'll say it again. You got to be on the stream to claim the W. Okay, that's the other way that I make sure that nobody's spamming it. Let's go. Yeah, 50 giveaways. Yeah. I don't know, bro. We gotta take some more W's before 50 giveaways, but we'll do more, man. As the channel grows. Look, guys, I'm super grateful for you guys. I really am. I'm so grateful. Channel's been growing like crazy. Even today, this is one of the largest streams. Almost every week, I hit a high watermark, right? 500 views total across YouTube. I got 67 people sitting on here right now. Multiple on Kick, 41 on X. The more we grow, right? The more you guys support the channel, the more that I get more exposure. I'm just going to run more. I'm going to try to keep giving back to you guys. I wish I could do even more, and I'll continue to do more. So today, multiple giveaways. Multiple giveaways. I believe in my duck. Yeah, look, today, here, Vanguard, you guys are always asking so many questions. If you just hang out for 2 seconds, you're going to find out. Like I just said, this one is for a 25K Elite Challenge account. Guess what we also have to get given away today? An instant funded account directly into the funded account, okay? Just sit tight. Just chill, guys. Just chill. Don't worry. And people complain. I see people yapping about Twitter giveaways, all this different stuff. I got people from my stream that have gotten funded, $0 invested and taken a payout. All right, Chuck G, Dermal S, QB, Mark H, Dwayne W, Scott C, Byron W. Byron making a run for it at the end, the number 40. Ooh, Byron W with the breakout at the end. Let's see. Who is? I got to always find you guys with your crazy names. Byron W, you've been on here before. Username, Sipita Strat. Where you at, my man? There you are. W's in the chat. He's here. How do you pronounce that? You guys all these crazy names, man. Sorry for never being able to pronounce it. But congratulations, Byron. Number 40. Spider Strat is my name. There we go. W's in the chat. Don't go anywhere. What do we say? We're gonna run it back. Nice. This one is for. This was for the 25K Elite Challenge account. Let me mark it. I'll be hitting you up after the stream. If you win and you don't hear from me, hit me up. But also don't try to scam it. I had someone try to do that already. Because I'm going to ask you for some identifying information. All right. Remove the winner from the race. We're racing again. W's in the chat. Let's go. All right. Round 2. This is going to be for the instant funded account. This is going to be for a 50K Ignite automatic funded account from Top 1 Futures. We're going to mix it up today. Don't worry. We got other stuff coming. Like I said, we're going to have some fun on FOMC day. Let's run it, guys. Let's run it. Round 2 rolling right now. Congrats, Byron, on round 1. Good luck, everybody. Let's run it. Let's run it. Yeah, guys, form is filled out. I left it up for like a hella time today. Like I said, I can't leave it open nonstop. Otherwise, people spam it. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, again, it's random days, random times. It hasn't really been random days. It's just been every single day. But you got to be on the stream to get it. That's the way that I run these. I also run Twitter giveaways where you don't have to be on the stream. I run Instagram giveaways. I run giveaways in Discord, although I haven't done one of those recently. Let's see. My duck is swimming fast. Second. Mark 4-footed got second. Nice. Second day. W. Let's see. I never saw my duck until the day I won. C3 red ducks. All right. 60 seconds. Let's see, guys. Let's see who we get. It's a pretty tight pack. Aaron F up top. Tushar S. Gaber Pal. Dark S. David S. Julie Kate. Cube M down on the bottom. Albert M taking the early lead. Trump Duck up top. Luca. Clown Duck down in the middle. Who is this all the way out front now? Yeah, I'm gonna start announcing them. Dowd down on the bottom. Oh, number 80 Duck. I definitely can't pronounce this name. Muhammad up top, trying to make a run for it. The Vampire Duck out of nowhere. Let's see, guys. A lot of ducks getting stop losses hit. This is very volatile on FOMC Duck Day. This is tough. Trump Duck out front. Luca S holding it. Ooh, Warrior P making a run for it. The Predator. You guys not even using real names here. Guillermo Q. Late run for it. Right into the finish line. Woo! Duck ran out of fuel. Let's go. Don't go anywhere, chat. Don't go anywhere. Guillermo Q. Where are you at, big dog? Let's see who this is. Yeah, you've been on here before. I've seen this name. Guillermo, where you at? Where you at, my man? You got to be here to claim it. Oh, I got to let everybody come. Hang on one second. Chat. We're still here, not going anywhere. Yeah, no, people sometimes dip off after. Guillermo, where you at, my man? You got to be on here to claim it. Here, I'm opening up. If you weren't able to chat, you should be able to chat right now if you were on here and you're not here to claim your duck. Get ready for the crazy racist spam and hate comments that I get when I turn subscriber mode off. Guillermo, where you at, my man? Where you at? All right. Quack, chill out. Guillermo, we're waiting for you, my friend. If I'm saying your name wrong, I genuinely apologize. This is for the 50K instant funded. Are you on Kick or something? Hang on. Nope, you're not on Kick. Are you on X? If you filled it out from X, say something in the chat, my man. Let's see. Where we at? Did I miss him? He's here. Oh, there he is, my man. There he is. In the chat, Guillermo Q, the winner of a 50K Ignite automatic funded account from Top 1 Futures. W's in the chat. Don't worry. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Everybody said he's here. Thank you. You see that? That's good. I saw some people say run it again. You know what? I like you guys. Today. We're going to run it back. We're running more than, I don't even know. We might do more than 3 today. I don't know, guys. We got W's in the chat for Guillermo. Congratulations. We're getting ready to run it again. We got the 50K Ignite automatic funded marked off for Guillermo. Wait, hang on one second. There we go. Nice. Nice. All right. Let me get ready. Let me get ready to run it. Chat. Taking a quick look at the markets. Price still chopping around down there. Price still chopping. Don't worry, chat. We got the ducks loaded up. We got another round coming. Let me just do one check of something, guys. Hang on. I got checking. I'm checking some prices on this. A lot of the I get support from Top 1 as far as, you know, giveaway stuff and fun stuff I can do with my community, but a lot of it I just do myself. I just go out of pocket with it. All right, here's the deal. Yeah, the 25K Elite Challenge accounts are still solid discount. I just didn't know what the discount was on them. We're gonna run it back. We're going for another 25K Elite Challenge account. Let's run it, guys. Ducks in a line. Good luck, everybody. This is going to be, again, for another 25K Elite Challenge account. Let's bet on the winner of the duck. Yeah, I was doing guess your number. We could add something in. We could add something in. You guys want to do guess your number? You guys want to do guess your number? Let me know. Let me know in the chat if you guys want to guess your number. No, you guys hate guess your number. Nobody in the chat wants to guess your number. Let's do this. Yay, no. All right, whatever. Let's do, I'm sorry, I don't even know why I'm asking you. Let's do guess the number. Here's the additional bonus today. If you guess your number, I'll give you an extra $100. If you win, because you guys obviously saw your, oh, wait a minute. No, I can't do that. I can't do guess the number because you already saw your names. Can I, like, reshuffle them? Yeah. All right. Guess your number. Throw your numbers in the chat. Don't go over number 82. Don't go over number 82 because we have 80. Oh, no, we have 81 ducks in the chat. Go ahead. Throw your numbers in the chat. If you guess your number and your duck wins, if you guess your number and your duck wins, I'll send you an extra $100. You'll get the account and an extra $100. If you just guess your number, obviously you're not getting anything. But if you guess your number and your duck wins, we'll do the guess the number today. I stopped doing it because I just ran more accounts, give more stuff away. But we'll do the extra $100 if you guess your number. Only pick one. Only pick one. Only pick one number. One number. I see. Listen, dude, you're not listening. One number. Why would you be able to pick more than one number? That doesn't make any sense. You would just type numbers 1 through 81. Pick one number. If you picked more than one number, go ahead and delete one of them, okay? Delete your old comment. Yamir, who picked 47 different numbers. Some of you, one number. One number. How would it make sense to guess more than one number, guys? One number. All right. All right. I see the 16. You don't need to put it more than one time. I'm going to go back and look. Muhammad, you guys aren't listening. One number. Guys, one number. One number. You guys are mad funny. One number. One number. You don't have to spam it. Pick one number, 1 through 81. I'm going to run this right now. I can see if you post and then delete. So if you picked more than one number, the only thing you guarantee is that you don't get the number that you picked, okay? If you win, I'm going to go back and look at what number you picked. And if you delete them after I do it, I know that you picked more than one. So multiple of you, quick chance to do it. Go ahead. Delete whatever number that you want right now and say your last number. Wait, how many numbers can we pick? Yeah, there you go. All right, guys, let's run it. I'm not going to waste too much time. 25K Elite Challenge account from Top 1 Futures on the line for the duck race, plus $100 if you pick your number. You guys are funny, man. You guys are really funny. Remember, you have to win. You have to win the race and pick your number. That's what we're doing here. It's the double giveaway. You guys are having some fun, man. We took a W on the live stream. W trading. We're giving away some accounts. We're hanging out late with you guys, doing some giveaways on FOMC day. If you find some value here, if you're having some fun, feel free. Smash like, smash subscribe. Let me know in the chat. If you guys want to hop in the 100% free trading Discord, where, yeah, I shuffled the numbers. I saw someone. I shuffled the numbers. I shuffled the characters and numbers. If you guys want to hop in the 100% free trading Discord, find out when we're running more giveaways like this, find out when I'm live trading, contribute in a group with over 2,000 members. There it is. There it is. More than happy to have you guys in. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Let's see. Oh, numbers are the same? Oh, shit. All right, whatever. You guys already picked. We'll We'll see. I'll go back and look. Listen, I'm trying to have some fun with you guys. We're adjusting on the fly. Let's see. 15 seconds left. Mark H, Warrior P, the D, Angela C, Patrick W, Donna H, Jess up front, Yassine A, I see you, John M making a late run for it. John M, number 5, making a run for it. John M, number 5. Let's see who we got in the chat. John M, where you at, big dog? Let's see whose name this is, what your username is. John. Oh, it's JNRVing. We got an OG winning this one. Let's see. There he is. What's up, man? Let's see. You picked number 17, so you don't get the double giveaway. But we got an OG winning. Let me mark this one off. Okay. Chill, Duck. Chill. That was race number 3. You know what, guys? I don't know. I think we run another one. I don't know. You let me know what you think in the chat. You guys had enough yet? I don't know. Let me just make sure I don't mess this up. Because now we got multiple winners here. W's in the chat for John. W's in the chat for JNRV. And another OG. Thanks for being here, man. Thank you to all you guys for hopping on. I don't know. You guys want to run it again? I kind of feel like we should run it again, man. I think we should just keep running giveaways. I don't know. We'll just give away a ton of accounts today. It's FOMC. Maybe you lost one. Maybe you get a chance to win. I think the most I've done is 3 on a giveaway. So I think I'm going to go for 4 today. Here's the deal. I can't shuffle the numbers. I could see which ones that you guys picked, okay, already. You don't have to guess more numbers. If you somehow knew what your number was already and you guessed the same number, I don't know. But I'll do something. We're going to run another 25K Elite Challenge account from Top 1 Futures. Again, guys, these are starting to just come from me. I can only give out so many accounts. They're inexpensive. We're going to run a bunch of giveaways. You know, if you win and it ain't worth nothing to you, you know, I don't know. We'll try to offer something else out. Maybe we'll spend some time together trying to work on some trading. But anyway, I'm just rambling here. Let's go ahead and run it again. The Ducks are off. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's see what we can do here, guys. See what we can do. My duck running backwards. Awesome giveaways. Just happy to see my duck. My duck's barely moving. Let's do it. Well, why not? Yes. There we go. Everybody, we're going to be like Oprah. Everybody gets an account. No, I don't know. Maybe one day. You're a good dude. No, it's small stuff, guys. You know, we're having fun. But as we grow, we'll do more. You guys are awesome. Let's do duck races until FOMC. Let's see. You get a duck. Everybody gets a duck. Oprah vibes. Where's my duck? Oh, look, I'm a clown. Blake S, Woots, Thomas P, the D, Arena A, GOS, Christopher up front, Liquidity, Funded. You guys got fake names on here. That's all right. As long as the email holds up. Dark S down on the bottom. The D holding strong up front. Christopher R in second. Liquidity. Spider-Man Duck. 20 seconds to go. Oh, we got stop losses getting hit at 20 seconds, guys. A lot of stop losses hit. We got Wolf up front. Wolf in first place. Can he do it again? The Valentine's Day Duck. Alan A looking to make a run at it. David S. Oh, Wolf hit a stop loss. I don't know how to pronounce this one. The princess looking duck. Oh, I didn't even see David S.T. on the bottom. David S.T. on the bottom, number 78. Where are you at, my man? Where are you at, David? W's in the chat. Let's see who this is. Let's see. Market Butcher. Market Butcher, where you at, my man? There he is. Market Butcher in the chat. W's in the chat for Market Butcher. Congrats. I'll be reaching out to all you guys after this. Sorry, I'm yelling into the mic. I'll be reaching out to all you guys after this that won an account individually. I hope you gave me a good email. If not, hop in the Discord and I'll make sure I get a hold of you. We got hella Elite Challenge accounts that got given out. We got 50K Ignite Automatic Funded that got given out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. All right, Duck. All right. Hang on, Duck. Hang on. Guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cap it right there. But before you dip out, before you go anywhere, feel free to hop in the free Discord because I'm cooking something up. It's a giveaway, plot twist. I'm cooking something up. And if you are in the free Discord, I got a feeling you're going to have a better chance of getting your hands on this potential giveaway early on. Okay. Along with that, I alert everybody in the Discord when I have giveaways going on X, on other places. So if you want a chance to win even more accounts outside of just these live streams, feel free to hop in there. Outside of that, guys, I'm going to wrap it. This was super fun. This is one of the funnest lives I've done. You guys were absolutely wild in the chat today. Super duper fun. I appreciate you guys for hopping on. Congrats to everybody that won an account today. We did 4. We're probably going to do more tomorrow. I don't know. We've done them every single day all the way through last week. I think Monday I didn't do one last week. We did multiple. We ran a whole bunch on Friday. We had FOMC day today. I don't know. I'm traveling later this week. I might do something else fun. But I appreciate you guys hopping on, man. Outside of just the giveaways, I really appreciate you guys being here. The stream's growing. The community's growing. This is a high watermark. This might be one of my largest streams. Super, super fun. And again, across socials. I got a ton on X, a ton on Kick. I appreciate you guys hopping on. I really do. It's awesome to see. I'm coming up on 10,000 subs on YouTube. Fast approaching. It was crazy. I took a screenshot at like 8,500 and now I'm at like 87 something. It's awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. W on the stream. Nothing crazy. Nothing to write home about. I'm not too stoked that we're still down around the lows. It might come lower, but I can't complain, right? Take what the market gives me on an FOMC day. Remember, guys, quick disclaimer. Oh, even before that, last plug. 2 discounts rolling from Top 1 Futures right now. 40% off the instant funded accounts. You can copy trade up to 5. And 50% off the new Ignite Automatic Funded. If you want to check these out, the link is pinned in the chat. I'll throw it there again for you guys. Support me, support the stream, support more giveaways, support yourself with the best deal, or don't do anything, right? Remember, guys, you don't have to do anything. Free means free. Whatever you do, make sure that you do your own research and make your own decisions, right? I'm partnered, I'm affiliated, I'm biased, I stand to make money. Go to the site or don't go to the site. Just take it right there. But at least head to whatever site that you want to check out. Using my link, not using my link. Using my code, not using my code. Read the rule set. Make sure things are good setups for you. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, you guys are still going crazy in the chat. Thanks, Zach. Thanks, Zach. Awesome stream. Fun. Hella positivity. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys. So we'll close it out on this one. Congrats, everybody. Be cautious if you are trading into the close. We got FOMC today, 2 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. conference. Structure your risk. Quick disclaimer, guys. Remember, trading's risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what you saw today in funded prop from accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Talk to you guys soon. See you tomorrow and every other damn day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, trading live, 100% free right here on YouTube, Kick, X, wherever you guys are at. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of the day.